But we're glad to have you here tonight in support of Councilman Tennell Atkins. There are some people here that we do want to recognize and to honor and have them have word before we get to our honoree tonight. First, from District 5, I want to have Councilman Ricky Callahan. If you come up, please. Words of admiration in short
You
time.
want me to say something nice? Where is he? Where's the man of the hour? That SUV Mustang. Everybody pony up now.
I can't go that far.
I think he wants you to pony up your dollars by writing a big campaign contribution. That's what this thing is all about, right? So we'll use that pony up in a different way. I have a lot of admiration for Tennell. He really is one of my mentors. When I first decided to run, he chose to endorse me in the runoff, and he helped me, and he gave me funds and gave me moral encouragement and a lot of other things, and he's never really deviated from that ever since I've known him. So I owe him a lot, and he's a great friend, and we don't always agree on everything. People know that, but I'd say probably 80–90% of the time we do. And I think as far as economic development, you know, he was chair, you know, when I first came to City Hall, and I became his vice chair. And then when he left, you know, for the couple of years, then I became the chair. And then when he came back, I felt like because of his knowledge and the fact that he had gotten so many great things done in our city, I yielded. And I told the mayor, I said, I'm going to let Tennell, he wants to be in a leadership position. I said, make me his vice chair, and I'll work with him, and we'll throw some more dirt in the city. And I think you can see the results over the last 8 or 10 years, what we've been able to do in the city, and so much of that is because of what Tennell has done. So Tennell, thank you for your friendship, and best of luck in your election campaign. You've got a lot of people in this room that are behind you, but it's up to you. You got to get there and knock on some doors, man. You got to get it done. Dodge the dogs while you're doing it.
It's good to see Yolanda Williams here too. Good to see you, Yolanda. Now also, thank you, Bodine. This is something.
Also, we'd like to bring up from District 10, who has been a true champion for this city and a supporter of District 8, and who thought about running for mayor, but something happened along the way. Councilman Adam Magoo.
See, not everybody knows that I spent about 10 years in the city attorney's office, and so I still get to come into Mr. Atkins' office and feel like it's my job to get done whatever it is he needs to get done. And I think that's a good thing, because when we work together the way we do, that's what it's all about. We don't really, I mean, certainly we have districts and we fight for our areas, but at the end of the day, we got to come together and get stuff done. And that's what I appreciate about Mr. Atkins. He's always driven about economic development and about listening to the community to get done what the community wants, and we always align on that front. So I appreciate his willingness to come back, to engage in this battle again. He's obviously a good guy, because just look around this room at all the good people he surrounds him with. And I look forward to working with you on your next term. I have no doubt you will come in strong, but it's unfortunate that we have to take all this time it takes to campaign and to run and to ask for money, but that's part of this whole thing. So I appreciate everybody being here to help raise funds, support the man from District 8, my friend Tennell Atkins. Thank you, sir.
Also good to see Gunnar Rawlins. Somebody might know his father. Also good to see Jim Lake, his darling wife here, and see Johnny King from Gilmer, Texas.
You got it.
Sounds like a blues.
You got it. You got it.
Eddie Reeves from DFW Airport Board, and Bobby Atahi, and so many
Whoa,
Neil
whoa, what
Sleeper,
about my hometown? You beat that.
Trelane Maps, who also did the Starbucks at Redbird Mall. I saw Peter Brodsky somewhere.
He just left.
Okay, good to see Peter Brodsky here as well tonight. Neil Sleeper with West Village. Good to see you here. Councilman Ron Natinsky, David Willis is. So that says a lot, Ken Carter. It says a lot about the kind of support that Tanel has. And without further ado, we'll have the introduction. Councilwoman Emeritus Diane Ragsdale. Oh, I didn't see you over there. Good to see Steve Mansfield from Methodist, Pete Schenkel. That's the kind of support that Tanel has here tonight. And then glad to see Gerald Alley from Conrail, who is also here, a construction firm as well. And so we have Dallas County Commissioner John Wiley Price from District 3 to introduce our honorees of tonight. Commissioner Price.
Thank you, sir. So you didn't assume I was back there trying to take care of business. Anyway, good evening, and I'm just glad to be here. I come enthusiastically supporting Councilman Tanel Atkins. The southern sector and the dynamics requires the kind of energy that he has displayed in this last term, that he displayed before that, before he was, as my mother would say, so rudely interrupted. but he as they said in The Exorcist, he's back. and he's back in a very good way. Good to see you, King. Y'all, we gonna see, can we get some signs up on that corner? Y'all ain't got enough signs on that corner out there in DeSoto.
All right, we got it.
That's all.
We got it. We got
I see.
it. We got it.
But anyway, and what I like about Councilman Atkins, he's been very engaged on the ground. One of the things that we talked about and working with, and those of you, the council members, I saw Councilman Magoo, I see Councilman Callahan, your representatives have worked with us understanding what's going on in the southern sector, especially with DART. It's been because of Councilman Atkins and being very innovative that, and most of you probably never heard of this bus company, but it's called Star Transit. And we brought it in out of Kaufman County because of the rural cooperative. If you live in DeSoto, you've been seeing it. If you live in and around Mesquite, you've seen it. If you're in Balk Springs, you've seen it. And as a result, we put together, both Councilman Atkins and I, have assembled at least 2 transit symposiums. And in those symposiums, all of our Southeast Area Transportation Alliance, which is Southeast Dallas in my district and yours, Councilman Callahan, and Best Southwest. We brought our mayors together, we brought our managers together, and so as a result, DART and Star Transit and the North Central Texas Council of Government, and we've come together, and we recognize that if the southern sector is going to be successful, and I know this is going to come as a surprise, when companies relocate, they really don't ask us about our law enforcement. That's not the first question. They really don't ask us about public education. That's not the first question. The first thing they want to know is, where's the transportation? How are we going to get here? And that has been #1 in terms of our recruitment. Some of us will say that we've lost some companies because of transportation. But we are perfectly positioned and poised to move forward with this TMA that we have come together and formulated. So, and by the way, we already have the board companies that are in, the FedExes of the world, the Procter & Gamble's of the world, they're all on board. And so I just want to bring up my partner in transportation who has caught the vision and understands the vision that the only way we're going to be able to make it work is we are going to work together. And ladies and gentlemen, needs no introduction, Councilman Tanell Atkins.
First, let's get on to God. Let's be here. You know, it's amazing that you just don't know who your friends are until you show up. And thank you for coming out and just raining. Well, it could be somewhere else. And George Musa, thank you for coming. You know, Brian Swan, thank you also. Some people that was not mentioned. But thank everyone here. You know, you wonder why that I decided to come back, to run again. The first time I came back because some people in this room asked me to come back. And I also thank Mike Marler, DPD, Police Association, and also the Fire Department Association asked me to come back in the community. But you look around this city, we got a long way to go. You know, I started my journey from South Dallas, Southeast Dallas, in Mill Place, in a project. And when I came to City Hall in 2007, I said one thing: tell the two cities. Tell the two cities, Charles Dixon. Is it true we ought to tell the two cities? The north and the south, the east and the west. But how do we come together? One way you come together is policies and law. Who's at the table making policy? And also thank you, State Representative Heather for showing up. Policy is very important. Economic development, housing, transportation. Lee Clammer could not be here in DC, and he said he'd do endorsement. But the point is, we are the tell the two cities. Commissioner Price made a very, very strong statement. If you did not hear what he said, you do not understand the southern part of Dallas. 2010, my district alone, District 8, outgrew the city down 2 to 1 in population. 2 to 1 in population. 2 to 1. 2007, we did not have William Hutchinson High School, William Hutchinson Elementary School, Kennedy Carey School, Captain Gillen School. All those schools was not there, education-wise. So we are growing. 2008 recession, we had a whole lot of houses on the market, but all the houses are not on the market. If you live in my district, you probably at least get 2 or 3 requests to buy your property every other day. But also, you look there, you look south, you do not see the high rise. You do not see the quality of a hotel, a restaurant, or the housing market. But I also want to thank Linda Coop, who was chair of transportation, said bring that dark rail south. 4 years ahead of schedule. 4 years ahead of schedule. And we talk about the last mile. The station there, but we got people who cannot get to work. Can you imagine that? You got thousands and thousands of jobs, but you cannot get to work. Ron DeTixer came up with a word, iPod, phrase, whatever. But it's not about the phrases, how to get to work. It's about how do you get people to work, and we said we cannot get people to work. Is that amazing? You got jobs, but you cannot get to work. And you got the city of Dallas, the dark, Amanda Lake, thank you for serving on the dark board, to understand that we got to make sure we get those people to work. And when you get people to work, guess what happens? You build economic development in southern part of Dallas. You know, it's amazing that we did not have a 4-year college. The 8th largest city in America did not have a 4-year public education in the city. Think about that. The 8th largest city in America did not have a 4-year college until we got UNT. And thank Johnny King and Deborah King, UNT graduated, to make sure that we make sure we got a 4-year college. They're growing. It's the fastest growing college in the state of Texas right now. The fastest growing college. Also, then imagine from that college, you can take the dark train with one transfer and go to DFW Airport. One transfer. Now we talk about hospital. I-30, South I-30, there's one hospital, all the Methodist, right? And that's a shame. And north, you can pass every 2 or 3 miles, you run towards the hospital. We got Methodist, we got Charleston Methodist, who spend over $200 million to uplift that hospital. We also got Benton Hospital, a whole lot of people don't realize, I'm gonna say this, because it's gonna come up on Wednesday agenda. Pecan tree lifetime, it may be 100-some years. They go away, they start dying every 2 years. And we have opportunity to build a $50 million facility south of 30. Like a Cooper Ken Clinic, a Landry Clinic. And we still got people saying, we don't want help. Quality of help south of 30. Can you imagine that? Imagine that? Help. We talk about help, but we don't want it. 3 or 4 years ago, we had Baylor and Methodist. It's about health care. Do we use Baylor or do we bring in Methodist? So we got 2 hospitals that our city employees go to. They go to those 2 hospitals in the network. Now you got one hospital south, the other north, and they say, oh, we don't want the hospital like Cooper Clinic or the Landry south. How are you going to grow and have the tale of 2 cities if you're not going to have great health care? Because we all living like wine, we aging, and we getting duller over time. Because guess what? The average person is 90 years old, 100 years old, they just go on and on. The Energized Bunny just keep going on and on, right? And we definitely need health care in southern part of Dallas. Now, by saying all of that, what can I do? Only thing I can do is say I'm here to work. I have a passion for District 8. I love the city. I've been on both sides of the city. Until we come together with North and South, East and West, and Commissioner Price said one thing, Dallas County. But yes, all those suburbs, Duncanville, DeSoto, Wilmer, Hutchinson, and Lancaster, if we can grow north to Frisco, South Lake, we can grow south, because guess what?
That's right.
They're going to help our tax base. They're going to make us have a better quality of life. We got Riverberry Malls coming up, doing a great job. Peter Ross was here. Thank Peter for to at least have a vision. UNT, the vision. Riverdale, the vision. But if we don't take a breath, breathe, and you said that the southern Dallas is larger than Atlanta, Georgia in population. And we said that 14% of the tax base is in South and 85% is in North, but we all pay the same taxes, right? We all got the same vote. So tell me why 14% of the property value is in South and 85% is North. What's wrong with that? And 50% of the population is in South. And for many, many years, T.I. said we was a bedroom community. Because we drove to T.I. to work and came back home to sleep. We want to be a walkable neighborhood. We can live there, work there, make our money there, sleep there. And one big question I ask y'all, why do our money leave our community in a matter of minutes or hours, when other money stay in their community for days and weeks and months? Can you imagine that? Our money just disappeared within hours. Until we, you, the people in this area, in this room, that said, we're not gonna be the tale of two cities. And that's why I came back. We're not gonna be the tale of two cities. We're gonna make one strong city. And we got a marriage coming in. We got a whole lot of people coming in. And Alan Magoo, thank God you with me. Because we gotta do a whole lot of running and a whole lot of thinking that we're gonna do. But all these mayors who running, get to know who they are. Get to know who they are. Because they can't do all this in 90 days. There's no way you can do it in 90 days. Learn this whole city in 90 days and say, I can do this, do that. But get to know who they are and what they can do. With that, thank you for coming. God bless you and drive safe home.